Hi class, this is to explain the Human Rights Project if you select the interview project. So for this, you would use your iPad and you would record an interview with a family member. This could be a mother, a father, a sister, a cousin, a brother, someone in your household that you know has had an experience with one of these human rights violations or protections. So I'm going to try to explain the best I can how you would do this project. So you're going to interview them about human rights. You are going to choose the human right that you're the most interested in. So, for example, you might be really interested in the right to education. The second step is to explain what that human right is. So you would go back to Schoology, you would go back to that week about education, and you would review what you did for that week so that you have a good understanding to explain to your family member about this human right. You also might translate that from English into your home language so that you can explain to your family member what this human right protects. And then you're going to set up your iPad and begin your interview. So you would start by explaining what the human right is, and then you would ask them some questions. Here are some sample questions that you can ask your family members about these human rights. So, for example, if you chose the right to water, you might know that in your home country, that your mother or your sister or yourself had to walk very far to go to a well to get clean water. You might want to ask them about that experience, what it was like when they were younger, what it was like when you were growing up. These are opportunities to really get to know some of your family history that you might not have talked about with your family. Or maybe these are stories that you've shared a lot, but now you're going to document them. It can be a really important project. Similarly, you might ask them about their experience with the right to education. As we know, public education is not the way that every country goes about education. Some people have to pay for education. Some countries don't allow women or girls to go to school. So you might want to ask your family, what was their experience with school? Were they allowed to go? How did they feel about that? Again, it can really provide a great place for you to talk to your parents about some of their experiences that they've had in their past. Right to privacy. You might want to ask an older brother or sister or family member, how do they protect themselves on social media? Is privacy important to them? Or you might be interested in the right to religion. So you might want to ask your family about, have they ever been mistreated due to their religion? What happened? What did they do about it? Again, these can be some really difficult conversations, but really important because we need to know how to protect ourselves and to fight for our rights when people are trying to take them away or violate them. And lastly, you might be interested in the right to seek asylum. You might ask your parents, what was the process like leaving your home country and coming to America? Were there people who helped along the way, or was it very difficult and dangerous travels? You might hear some stories you haven't heard before. Now, your parents or your family members might be answering in their home language, and they should be. That's perfect. What you would do in your movie then would either be to layer some pictures over their voiceover so that we can see what they're talking about, or you might translate some of the words into English and use them as subtitles on your movie. So just to explain that one more time, if your mother is talking about how she was not able to attend school in Burma, you might be showing pictures of where she was growing up. You might show pictures of the camp in Thailand, if that is what the experience is she's talking about. So you would find pictures from the internet to put over the picture of your mother or father speaking. Okay, I am available to help in any way for this project, as well as Ms. Miller and Ms. Kudish. And I hope that this is meaningful for you, for those who are trying to, who are taking on the interview project. So thank you so much for your time. Please reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.